How are all you beautiful people doing today? This is Joe the Platformer here, bringing you, oh god. This should be part 48 of Shadowbringers. Sorry, quick edit, because I completely forgot. Anyway, last time, we've been trying to figure out a way to bring our friends back. Also, I got my crown back way forever ago. Sadly, I have not had as much time as I would like to be playing this game. I only got to run Copied Factory, like, once. So my item level's, like, yeah, that's the one thing that I got to 470. But whatever. I'm a pretty I used to play this game a lot more in the heavy stuff, but I kind of have fallen off of that a lot. I just really like the story, and I still love playing the game, but I just don't have the time to dedicate to the, you know, real like the, well, not real end game, but the gear end game as much as I would like to. Unfortunately, I've been a little lacking in my uploads the past week again because my cat was having a lot of trouble, and unfortunately we had to put her down on the 14th. We put her to rest, but you know, she lived a very long, happy 16 years. I'll be putting a picture up here of her, or a couple, really, and I just miss her a lot, so I'm really looking forward to this, because I've been looking forward to 5.2 for a while. The trailer alone, probably should have done a reaction of it, looks like a freaking expansion. Anyway, Cryle. Old enemies, new threats. Cryle is glad for your return, though it remains to be seen if she has glad tidings to share. Shosov, my, what a pleasant surprise. If you've come to inquire after the Archons, fear not. Master Matoya's treatment has proven effective in stabilizing their corporeal ether. We mustn't grow complacent, however. Potent though these magics may be, they are not without limits. We can only hope they afford us enough time for the Crystal Exarch to complete his work. If only we could go with you to the first and help. Pardon the interruption, but I come bearing urgent news. Ah, Shosov. It's been far too long, my friend. Yeah, it's good to see you, Maxima. Been a while, actually, since we've seen him. Forgive me. I don't believe we have been formally introduced. Maxima, former Garlean ambassador. I remain here in Eorzea under the auspices of Commander... Does it say Alden? Sorry, I can't read. Offering what counsel I can in the hopes of resolving the present conflict with the Empire. Ah, yes. I've heard stories of a defector from Garlemald. But never mind that. You said you have urgent news. Indeed. As you may have heard, the Imperial capital is in turmoil, and a sizable portion of the Garlean forces have been recalled from the Grimlet Dark. With their numbers so greatly diminished, the main host of the Alliance has withdrawn, leaving the Alamegan resistance to keep watch over the border. And it is there we have welcomed a most unexpected visitor who claims that this de-escalation may belie growing dangers and unforeseen threats. I just can't... I even moved my TV closer. I just need new glasses really bad. Commander Aldine has arranged for an impromptu meeting to discuss these revelations. He has also requested a representative of the Scions attend as well, though it was clear to whom he wished I extend this invitation. It would seem time is of the essence. Well, you'll not be attending this meeting alone, though I am not as well versed in the affairs of city-states as our comrades. I see no reason to burden a single Scion with all of this. Well, I appreciate it. Yes, of course. Then we must make for the Alamegan Quarter with all haste. Well, what are you waiting for? Get going, you two. You got it, Tataru. Take care of everything while I'm gone. Woo! I missed this game story-wise. I've been playing, right? Just not, like, as much as I would like to. Mostly just doing Beast Tribe stuff. And some crafting. I've actually been leveling the shit out of my crafters because I haven't done that in forever. They're getting there. Oh wait, this is the other one. They're getting there. They're getting there eventually. And some classes. I fell in love with Machinist. Anyway, I will be getting the locks. You know, I was gonna be like, how y'all bitches like my porksy? I brought it from another world. But oh wait, wait, there he is. There we spawn. Maxima, how you like my porksy? Yeah. Here, let's try to look at him. Commander Aldine awaits us in the Royal Palace, if you would follow me. Okay. No! You couldn't follow, I just stared at you and your beautiful Garlean butt. You didn't hear damn thing! Is this voiced? I see our boy, who was also a rival. You.
They're here, Commander.
Why am I not surprised?
And I, for one, am grateful that they are. Told you've been busy since our paths last crossed at the Gimlet Dark. Not that I understand.
Was I saying Grimlet?
When the science spoke of other worlds, I'd struggled to describe what I pictured. Mayhap things would seem clearer were I to hear the tale from your own lips. But I'm afraid the situation will not afford us that luxury. I trust you two require no introduction.
We meet again, hero of Eorzea.
Don't try anything funny, says my
Must we
character.
repeat this ridiculous display? I pose no threat to you, though what I come to warn you of very well might.
Had he meant to do us harm, I hazard he would have kept to the shadows, and brought more than 2 companions. We need not pretend to be the best of friends, but I hope we can put aside our differences for the present.
I suppose. After all, God, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Fine. Speak.
As you are doubtless aware, Sir Estinian and I cooperated to rid the world of Black Rose in your absence.
Yeah. I met up with him.
Our journey together took us as far as the Imperial Palace, where we witnessed Emperor Varus meet his death at Xenos' hand.
I'll be brutally honest with you. I'm not surprised that he killed his dad, at all.
Being the sole witnesses to this crime, and in no position to defend our innocence, we were then forced to flee, each pursuing his own avenue of escape. When we were later reunited, Estinian claimed to have encountered an unfamiliar kind of machina during his flight, but to me his description seemed anything but, and upon further investigation I found that I was right.
Yeah, that thing looked like the Ultima.
The Empire is developing a new Ultima weapon.
You've got to be kidding.
What, that Allagan monstrosity, created to vanquish primals, with which you yourself once thought to conquer Eorzea?
The same. In my foolishness, I sought to harness its power, and became the Ascian's pawn in so doing. But you know as well as I how that tale ended. The weapon itself, excavated from beneath this very city, was destroyed ere we could fully unravel its secrets, and that should have been the end of it. But unlikely as it sounds, the Empire's efforts to recreate it have somehow borne fruit, primarily through secret research conducted by the 7th Imperial Legion, it would seem.
Wait, the 7th was all but annihilated at Cartano, along with its Legatus.
Indeed, few survived. The 7th, as it is now, has little in common with the Legion led by Vandanus, and its leadership has changed hands several times since.
So if they're talking about Ruby Weapon, is that the reason it's called the 7th Legion?
Precisely how this project has continued despite such turmoil, and under whose auspices, remains a mystery. What we do know, however, is that a number of prototypes have been produced, and that one of them is on its way to Eorzea.
What?
We attempted to stop it, but it was all we could do to slow its progress, so we resolved instead to bring you warning.
And right glad are we that you did, though it soundly dashed our hopes that tensions might ease at last.
As it is, we've begun to strengthen our presence in the Gimlet Dark, and are assembling a force to meet the coming threat. A force with you in its vanguard, I hope. Before you say anything, I know full well you have pressing concerns of your own. Your comrades remain in peril, and I would not ask you to forsake them, but the fact remains that you, and you alone, have faced the Ultima weapon, and emerged victorious. We need you. And so, when the time comes, if your comrades can spare you, I bid you lend us your strength, I've assigned an officer to await your word.
The Ascian's downfall was to be the work of my remaining days. But it was my hand that kindled these flames, and I cannot allow them to spread any further. I will do what I must to see this mistake consigned to history once and for all. Even if it means begging your aid. The fates will enjoy the irony, even as I endure the ignominy.
I too shall make for the border and offer my skills, meager though they seem in such company. Mayhap we shall meet there anon.
Good luck, Maxima. Always between a rock and a hard place.
We can ill afford to ignore the coming of a new Ultima weapon. Our friends' plight grows ever more precarious, and none save you can join them in the first. I only hope you are not forced to make a choice.
Me too. Thank you, Kryl. I've got to see what I can do. This sucks. I'm stressed. So I wonder, Ruby Weapon, I mean, it seemed like it was going to be main scenario. I was only hoping no, just because I'm usually, well, my FC's not really active around this time. Kryl? What? I don't want to stare at this. Okay, well, I'll just talk through this. Fine. As ever, the way forward is paved with difficult decisions. We can ill afford to ignore the threat of a new Ultima weapon, but with each passing day the plight of the Scions grows ever more perilous. If you cannot stay for a debriefing of the Ultima, or on the Ultima weapon, I will not stop you. I only ask that you confer with me before returning with the first. To the first. I can't read, don't worry about me. The way home. Kryl can see the steely resolve in your eyes, and suspects she knows to where duty calls you. I take it you're ready to return to the first? Then I would ask that you apprise the others of recent events here in the source, namely Xenos' return and the development of a new Ultima weapon. As for their bodies, you may assure them Master Matoya and I will continue doing what we can to keep their corporeal ether stable. Safe traveled, Shosov. I hope to see you and the other Scions soon. As do I, Kryl. I've got to figure out what I can do. Damn it. Exarch, my boy! You've come in a most opportune time, my friend. I've made something of a breakthrough in my research of the soul, and the means to return the Scions home. I trust you, too, have been making good use of your time. Well, there's some bullshit going on at home, actually. Ill tidings from the source, you say? And I will summon the others, that we might all be appraised of the situation. Apprised? Appraised? I couldn't read what that said, actually. Don't judge me! I need new glasses! Really bad! It's been a while! I lost my health insurance, I got it back. So I need to do that really bad. Is this voiced? I don't think so. Might be, though. Looks like it could be. I think it is. Ah, my friends. Where is everybody? There's 3 people missing.
Now that we are all here, what news from the source?
The Garleans are building a new Ultima weapon. Unfortunately, it's on the way to Eorzea as we speak.
A new Ultima weapon? We must count ourselves lucky that Gaius has pledged his assistance.
While this is indeed a worrying development, I think the state of the Empire as a whole greater grounds for concern. With the Emperor slain and Xenos returned, it is impossible to predict how matters will unfold in Garlemald. The Ultima weapon may be but the first of many unpleasant surprises.
The situation beareth closer observation, of that there is no doubt, and doth compound our need to return unto the source.
Then let us address that issue. Our long search for a means to see you safely home may well be nearing its conclusion. Thanks in large part to Urianger and Beklug's invaluable insight, we have succeeded in fashioning a vessel for the journey.
You have?
We set out to create a crystalline container retaining the more useful properties of white aurosite, but without its regrettable limitations. And after a good deal of trial and error, we made one. An ark for soul and mind both that will allow your incorporeal self in its entirety to be ferried between worlds. A spirit vessel, if you will.
However?
Always a catch, huh?
Though the vessel is possessed of the requisite qualities to hold mind and memory, it wanteth yet for a means to receive of them. For that, we must needs imbue it with the Exarch's innate gift.
A gift that lives on only through the blood of the Allegan Emperors, which certainly does not flow within aurosite or any other crystal.
Just so, milady. The blood serveth as a conduit of sorts. In its absence, memory cannot pass from mind unto mind, nor from flesh unto crystal.
That being the case, we must either alter the process of inheritance so as to require no such thing, or determine a means by which my blood may permeate the vessel. I am hopeful that the records found within this tower will yield the knowledge we require to pursue one or the other of these avenues.
As well you should be. The Allegan's body of etherological research is extraordinary. I can scarce believe it the work of ages past. But its underlying principles are not so very different from those of my own field of study. Given time, we will find the answers we seek.
Precious boy.
I know that you can ill afford to wait, and it pains me that I must ask you to do so. I can only reaffirm my promise to you that a solution will be found.
I trust you,
Whatever it
Grahatia.
takes, I will see you safely home.
Thank you.
My apologies.
Lena.
I do hope you haven't come to tell us that mortal peril fast approaches.
No. I had hoped to speak with the Warrior of Darkness.
What?
But there is no need to cut short your meeting on my account. I will be waiting outside.
Okay. I'll see you there.
Why not speak in here? She knows I don't mind. Unless she didn't want to.
Perhaps I might accompany you. Though I am woefully ill-qualified to assist in the Exarch's research, I may yet be of some use to Lena.
I wouldn't have it any other way. I enjoy your company, Alphino. My boy! Yeah, Sarah and I, fucking love the twins, man. My favorite character still is Shamatola. I probably should have grabbed the food. I don't know. Of course I have it. But whatever. Alfie. Oh god, I'm like way too close. Seeking counsel. Alphino was eager to assist Captain Lena. I must confess, while I enjoy my fair share of scholarly research, it would be a good... I can't read today. It will be good to step outside for a spot of fresh air. Now then, shall we go and speak with Lena? Of course. I don't know what she wanted to talk about. We have little time, so I will be brief. A Sin Eater has been sighted in Lakeland, and I ask for your assistance in slaying it. What? A Sin Eater? A Sin Eater? I had heard some few yet remained after the knight had returned, but perhaps we should call the others. That will not be necessary. It is only a single Sin Eater. A simple task for our guard, I should think. That said, I believe fighting alongside the Warrior of Darkness would be a valuable experience for them. Peace can lead to complacency, and they gain nothing from an easy victory. But you do not underestimate your foes, however harmless they may seem. My men would do well to learn from your example. Me? Why not Alphino? Let's be about it then. You can count on me, and Alphino. Excellent. Then let us make for the fourth job. Hob? Job? I don't know. Alfie, no! No! If you would wait here a moment, I will gather the others. Of course. Alright, is this gonna get weird? Oh shit. I definitely did not mean to hit that button. I would have been pissed if I accidentally skipped the cutscene. You may not remember, but you have met these soldiers once before, though only in passing. Long have they awaited the opportunity to fight at your side. I was at death's door that day after the Sin Eaters attacked. If you and yours hadn't come along, I'd have likely stepped through, and I wouldn't have been alone. Your courage and selflessness is something we all aspire to. I too was there that terrible day. My friend was transformed into a Sin Eater before my very eyes, and I had no choice but to cut her down. The thought of returning to the field, of holding a blade again, it filled me with dread. But that is no way to honor her or my comrades, and so I have returned. I swear I will not let you or anyone else down from this day forward. A pleasure to meet you, sir. Truly. It seems like only yesterday I watched as you? I can't read. You took flight, astride in a marrow, to go and save the Oracle. I got squint, don't judge me. Strange to think the Yomeran soldiers we once locked blades with are now on our side, but we will do our utmost to keep the peace here in Lakeland. We seem to be missing one. My apologies, Captain Line. An elderly gentleman asked that I escort him to Clearmount. It took longer than I anticipated. I'll not begrudge your desire to help those in need, but a soldier must be punctual, especially when we play host to honored guests. It won't happen again. The name's Thaler. Thaler? I'm sure you don't remember, but we met once before in the infirmary. I asked you to deliver I asked you to deliver a message to the Exarch and the Warrior of Darkness. Little did I know I was already talking to him. Don't give up. Don't give in. I keep those words close to my heart, and the boundless, beautiful skies above serve as a reminder of their importance. My friend got to see the knight's return shortly before he passed. He left this world with a smile, satisfied with a glimpse of what was to come. But there are countless others who weren't so fortunate. They gave their lives for the promise of a future they'll never know. And so it falls to us to do everything we can to fulfill that promise. No matter what happens, we won't give up. We won't give in. I can definitely appreciate your spirit. I look forward to working with you. Your heroism has inspired all of our guardsmen in much the same manner. Our scouts at the northern staging point have not had the pleasure of meeting you in person. Let us not keep them waiting. Of course. I saw the Sin Eater kinda, just because there's a lot of people everywhere. It looked fucking weird. Voiced?
Did you slay this Eater? Your orders were to await the main force before engaging.
No, Captain. It wasn't us, I swear it. A man came out of nowhere and cut it down before we knew what was happening.
Y'all, spoilers in case you haven't beaten 5.1. I'll, do this or something. So, dude, is it that weird? Ardbert, not Ardbert? Spoilers over. Spoilers over. Oh my god. I didn't think we were going to see him this quickly.
By himself. Certainly does no light warden, but nevertheless.
It's true. Felled it with a single swing of his axe, he did. Never seen anything like it. So I says to him, who are you, the warrior of bleeding darkness? And he says, no, I'm a warrior of light. That was it. Buggered off as quick as he came.
What? A warrior of light? Alpha no.
A warrior of light?
Why would someone go around calling himself that, though? It was those bastards who caused the flood. I mean, if you were going to pretend to be anyone, it'd be him, the Warrior of Darkness.
Oh, hi.
Oh, I didn't know. It's an honor.
It's an honor for me, too.
Since the Eater is no longer a threat, our work here is done. Return to your posts.
Ooh, I'm getting anxiety.
I had hoped to fight at your side today, but I'll continue to follow your example, and may we meet again.
I apologize for the wasted journey. It seems I overestimated the threat.
I'm not sure about that, but thank you.
As for this Warrior of Light, I do not know who would be brazen enough to take that mantle for his own. Whatever it may once have meant, it is forever tainted by the association with the Flood. The Exarch told me the truth of Ardbert and his comrades' deeds, and I am aware they played some part in your own triumph. But to most, they are synonymous with the calamity that befell this world. Still, if this man is minded to destroy Sin Eaters, I may forgive him his unfortunate choice of alias.
Ardbert was a good man. I wish people could see him for what he really was.
But that is neither here nor there. I thank you for accompanying me.
No, I thank you too.
With that concluded, shall we return to the Crystarium? There is a proposal I should like to make.
Of course. I wish you would tell me now, Alfino.
Forgive me. There is one more thing.
What is it, Lena?
A personal concern of mine. I had hoped you might have a moment to speak privately.
Yeah? What is it?
Take your time. I shall go on ahead.
Well, I'll see you there then.
I will not mince words. This matter concerns the Exarch. Though his countenance belies his age, his demeanor never has. He has seen more than any man should and grown ever more weary with time. But I see I give the wrong impression. While it is true he attempted to open a letter with the salmon fillet the other evening, we are not here because I suspect his mind is deteriorating. Nor do I believe him to be so maddeningly unconcerned by the prospect of his own death as he once was. Indeed, the opposite is true.
Then what is it?
It is for this reason that I seek your advice. Since he returned from the Tempest, the Exarch is not as he was. He seems a different man. A younger man. I know not the details of his research, but when I saw him at work recently, there was a glint in his eye that I had never seen before. He looked happy. It was as if he had peered into the future and for the first time found joy there. Though it gladdens me to see him thus, I wonder if I should not keep my distance. I fear that my presence will only anchor him to the past. Remind him of all the pain that came before.
Oh! No, sweetheart! Oh, no! Come, no! No. Anchors keep us where we have chosen to be? I mean, yeah, like, but no, dude. He's lost without you, you know. And he misses you already. Or misses you so much, whatever it said.
Are you sure?
Quite
then
sure.
Perhaps we might remain as we were. As
He
we
views
have
her as like a
always been.
daughter or granddaughter or whatever, man.
What a relief.
Of course. Anytime.
In that case, I will have to speak with him about the amount of time he is spending at work. This research is important, I know, but if he refuses to consider his own health, I will have to consider it for him.
Yes! Oh god, I love the character in this game! Woo! 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 Oh god. Facing the truth. Her mind at ease, Lena is ready to return to her duties. I will not keep you. You and your comrades have much to discuss. Oh god. I will see the others back to their posts. Alright. Thank you, Lena. So many people. It makes me kind of happy. The others were quite shocked to hear of what we found in Lakeland. But now that you're here, there is a proposal I should like to make. What is it, Alfie? I have been spending a great deal of time in the Cabinet of Curiosity, and of late I've noted more and more people, perusing books of history, the years leading up to the Flood in particular. I suspect they wish to know more about the Warriors of Light, as well they should, but nearly everything I've come across describes them as Sin Eaters or worse. Regardless of whether or not this Warrior of Light is who they claim to be, I worry that their sudden appearance, in conjuncture with this renewed interest in their predecessors, may lead to growing unrest and fear. If the people of the Crystarium seek the truth, I say we give it to them. I, too, can attest to the falsehoods found within full many of the Cabinet's tomes, with nary a mention of the noble deeds of Ardbert and his comrades. To be fair, they bear some responsibility for the Flood, but when the tale is told again and again over the course of a century, I am not surprised to see their roles distorted and then painted as villains. Were it not for the record stored within the Crystal Tower, I would have had no reason to question the narrative. Unfortunately, that knowledge was of no use, for when I arrived here in the first, their reputation had already been irreparably tarnished. That said, there still remained those who worked tirelessly to defend their good name in those early days following the Flood. Considering all the good they had done, I found it a wonder they needed defending at all. They brought to justice the man who misused my knowledge to bring about the fall of Ardbert. That such heroes could be spoken of in the same breath as Sin Eaters is absurd. Under normal circumstances, I would agree, but as time passed, those who knew firsthand of their deeds dwindled. In the end, only one truth remained, that they were the cause of the Flood. With the world on the brink of oblivion, it was all too easy for the Warriors of Light to become villains, deserving only of resentment and hate. At that point, the truth mattered little. It would not change their lot. Thanks to all of you, however, their lot has changed, and now they may heed the long-forgotten truth. You claimed it was Ardbert who helped you overcome Emmett's cell, correct? Oh god! That said, like, it was such a revelation or something or other might actually convince them, basically. I accidentally, I slipped. I have shared this with a select few, but one and all must be told of this sacrifice. To that end, I say we proceed with Alphino's plan. We call together the people of the Crystarium and recount to them the true tale of the Warriors of Light and the Flood that followed in their wake. Yeah, I've always wanted Ardbert to be remembered how he was. Well, what say you, Shosov? I wish we had done this sooner. In hindsight, I agree, but better late than never, no? Yeah, he doesn't deserve this. Exarch, might I ask you to continue working with Beglug on our means of returning home? The rest of us will see to gathering the people of the Crystarium in the Exdira. We have to reach out to anyone and everyone who might be willing to lend an ear. With any luck, word will spread and more will accompany them. Ardbert was a good man. Ardbert's precious baby. Gotta protect Ardbert, man. Gotta protect Ardbert. Well, what do I owe the pleasure? Whatever it is, I must ask you be brief. With the night return, visitors have been flocking to the Crystarium, and I find myself too busy by half. I don't mind it, though. Seeing this, the stairs so full of life and excitement, one could almost forget the flood ever happened. Yeah, well, we need everybody gathered in the place to talk about the things and Warriors of Light truth stuff. The truth about the Warriors of Light. But you already told me all there is to know, didn't you? Well, if there's more to their story, I'd love to hear it. Maybe then I can compete with Ciela in regaining patrons with stories of their heroism. Perhaps I'll even inspire a few aspiring adventurers. Well, hopefully. Come to browse wares in the market, have you? Well, I can guarantee you'll have no trouble finding what you need, whatever it may be. Under Yulmore's new leadership, trade has never been more prosperous. Word is it that fellow from Daedalus Stoneworks has taken over as a mayor. Did he really? Little wonder business is booming the way it is. I imagine it won't be long before all of Dorvrent reaps the benefits. But you've not come to talk to me. God damn it, I can't talk today. But you've not come to talk about the market. Something on your mind. We need to tell you the truth about the Warriors of Light. I see. The Exarch did mention they had something to do with your returning in the night to Norvrant. Alright, consider my interest piqued. Thank you. Shosov, what a wonderful surprise. Though I hope your being here doesn't mean someone's been hurt. Thanks to you, I've had far fewer patients coming through my door of late, which is a shame, come to think of it. I've had fewer opportunities to test my new medicines. Hee hee. I jest, of course. It's actually been quite pleasant to have a few moments to myself now and again. We need to talk about the Warriors of Light, actually. The truth about the Warriors of Light. But the Exarch has already spoken with me about them. Well, if there's more to the tale, I'd very much like to hear it. Thank you. Bruh! The music of the Crystarium is... It's so good! Well, what a coincidence. I was just reading over a letter I received from Gretel not long ago. He says a visitor from the Crystarium found him at the bottom of the ocean, and that he inspired him to reach new artistic heights. Well, I can only think of one person capable of both feats, though I'd say the latter is a far more impressive one. To think fate could bring the two of you together in such a place. Yeah, well, Warriors of Light truth stuff. I'm sorry, you mean the Exarch didn't tell us the whole story of the Warriors of Light? But whatever he's left unsaid, I'm all ears. Thank you! No, this can't be. Surely there's at least one book here that does not cast the Warriors of Light and their deeds in such a negative light. Hey, Morin. Oh! Shosov, forgive me. The Cabinet of Curiosity has been bustling with visitors as of late, but I fear our repository lacks for the knowledge they seek. The people wish to know the truth of the flood, of the Warriors of Light. I have searched high and low, but alas, every account portrays them as no better than sin-eaters, abominations, worthy only of scorn and resentment. I know they were not always judged so harshly, yet I can find no proof. And I dare call myself a librarian. Actually, that's what I'm here to talk about. Calm down. You would address the people and tell them the truth of the Warriors of Light, of the Flood. How wonderful! You have regaled me with the tale once before, but I should love to hear it again. Oh, and you may be assured I will not come alone. Well, that's good. Anyway, Alfred, oh! Yeah, dude, I can't read today. Like, I moved the TV closer and everything. I need to go see an optometrist or see if mine is still available. Anyway, I don't know. It's been a while, man. Alfredo, I can't see you. Alfredo, there you are. Between the four of us and all these other surrounders, I dare say we've swept the Crystarium from top to bottom. Now we need but to wait for the people to gather. All right, big cutscene time, because this is where everybody's been kind of... I've seen a lot of people sitting out here in the middle of the, the plaza, I guess. I'm stressed. Dude, this game is so good. I think it might be my favorite game ever made. Like, dude, I love it so much. Like, despite the fact that with my cat passed very recently.
Yes, this looks to be nearly everyone. Let us
begin,
shall we?
This was just something that I could still look forward to, you know? I've been playing the game for so long.
Though I am usually the first to hold forth at such events, I think on this occasion that honor should fall to you.
Really? I'm not good with crowds.
I would be more inclined to take the word of the Warrior of Darkness.
Okay.
Indeed. In light of the subject matter, who better than thee to speak these truths?
Alright, you guys got me with your logic already. I'm not good with crowds, but I'll do my best. Everyone, people of the Crystarium, heed my words. Ardbert and his friends, the Warriors of Light, they are the reason I was able to bring back the darkness. They were tricked. They were victims just as you all. They did not cause the flood on purpose. They were betrayed. And even in their most positive actions, trying to avenge that betrayal, they still brought about the flood. They did everything right. Everything. And still labeled as monsters. But Ardbert is the only reason I stand here today. I can't keep going. I'm sorry. That was all I could think of to say. I thought I did pretty good. Ardbert was a good man, as were his friends, his family. Sorry, I had one little out west one in me.
White. The Warriors of Light.
Oh, fuck, man. I love this game.
So they never... I mean, they only ever wanted to help. And when everything they'd done turned to ash, they still carried on.
They gave everything to stop the flood. First their lives, then their souls. And they managed it too. In the end, they saved us. And we cursed their names.
This should go a long way towards clearing the air.
Ardbert?
Impossible.
I take it I'm not imagining this then?
I definitely see something. You don't think it's a ghost, do you?
Nay, yonder standeth no bloodless apparition, but a warrior of light and darkness both. Ardbert.
Cough, cough. Ascian in his body, maybe? I have no idea, dude. I'm terrified. I'm stressed. Yeah, that's the guy that cut down the Sin Eater.
It's you! The one who slew the Eater!
That it should be the Warrior of Darkness who brought the truth to light. You've saved me a fair bit of time. Though I have a few words of my own to say, if I may. People of the Crystarium, I am Ardbert, one of those you know as a Warrior of Light.
That's not... There's no way that's him.
Impossible. You should be dead.
He's just got this weird smile, dude.
Aye, that I should. But as the world has been given new life, so too have I. I know not why I, and I alone, have been gifted this chance. But I do know this. Only by the will of the star itself could such a miracle come to pass.
I don't believe this.
The hero who stands before you now, the Warrior of Darkness, is not of this world. And the day will come when he must return to his home.
Ardbert wouldn't reveal that either.
But this land is our home. And if it is to remain so, now and forevermore, it is we who must protect it. The time to rely on saviors from afar has passed. It is you who must rise. You who must become the new Warriors of Light.
What? Us? Warriors of Light?
None of us were born heroes, my friend. I was only ever a man with a thirst for adventure. But wherever my journeys took me, I was invariably confronted with the same choice. To lend what aid I could to those in need, or not. And I always chose the former. Any one of you could do the same. All you need is the will to help your fellow man, and the resolve to see it through.
I'm not sure about this. It can't be Ardbert. It can't! It literally can't.
From thine own lips did we learn of Ardbert's fate, and by thy countenance I gather thou art not inclined to recant thy testimony. Yet whosoever this man may be, his words hold truth and resonate with the citizenry besides.
That's the point.
For us to voice our doubts here and now would serve but to sow disquiet. 'Twere better we retired under the ocular and there discuss this matter in private.
I agree.
Go. I will stay here and watch.
Thank you, Alphino. Be careful. Well, anyway, I'm sure that anybody that's actually, I don't know, done this knows why that. There's no way that could be Ardbert after what happened with our fight with them itself. It can't be. I mean, it could be, but it's probably not.
So, that is a warrior of light of the first. I've not had the pleasure of making his acquaintance, but as you all seem to be in agreement, I gather this is no simple case of mistaken identity.
As far as I was able to discern, that was indeed Ardbert. It has been a long time, but not that long. Could he truly have been resurrected as he claims?
No. Absolutely not.
Ardbert did entrust his very soul unto thee. I see no reason to question thy judgment.
I do think that this is going to set up for us being crazy, by the way, and it's that we're totally right, but it's going to be like everybody starts to think that that's even our friends really think this is Ardbert, but I know it's not him. It can't be.
Nor I. To my eyes, your ether burns as brightly as the day you slew Emmett Selk. That is proof that he is with you still.
He doesn't deserve this. And that bastard using his face. I'll make them pay. I'm just calling it. That's the whole point. Everybody's going to believe it's actually him.
Now before the people is
just
far
a long
more than
con.
Passing imitation. I am reminded of the cardinal virtues, though a sin-eater he is not. Which leaveth but one plausible explanation.
Are you going to say what I said? Ascian in the body? Which a lot of people have been saying.
That he is an Ascian.
Given their fondness for posthumous possession, I would have to agree. From what I understand, the Warriors of Light were laid to rest in Yulmore by those whom they had aided in life. At the time, some few still remembered them as heroes. Needless to say, 4 of them were subsequently exhumed to serve as the virtues. And if one knew where to look, Ardbert too would not have been difficult to find.
Assuming then that this is indeed the work of an Ascian, my mind inevitably turns to the last remaining paragon to survive the Sundering.
Litibus.
Elidibus.
Thank you, Oriange.
That Xenos hath reclaimed his own flesh is known.
Yeah.
Thus evicted from his borrowed form, and cognizant no doubt of Emmett Selk's failure here in the first, 'tis quite possible the emissary chose Ardbert for his next vessel.
Inhabiting the flesh of the fallen. My, that is unsavory. And they do this often, you say?
Oh, they seem to live for it.
Verily, for they possess no corporeal forms of their own. In what one may term their natural state, none save those gifted with the echo can perceive them. Indeed, when Elidibus intruded upon the waking sands, his presence did go unmarked by all save Minfilia and the Warrior of Light.
God damn, that was a long time ago.
On that occasion, I myself remained ignorant of his coming until after his departure. It was only at a later juncture, when he deigned to appear before me in borrowed flesh, that I was finally able to take the measure of him. In such puppetry do the Ascians engage when they seek to influence the course of history.
And they have gained much by it. Emmett Selk single-handedly built the Garlean Empire in this manner, while the Hebrea came close to conquering Eorzea, having taken possession of Thancred's living body.
What does he say? You will not leave this place alive. And then it's like the easiest boss fight in the game.
It needs to be noted that the Ascians cannot avail themselves
either that or
of
Cape
all
Westwind.
mortal vessels. For were they able to do so, none would serve as a better pawn than our own redoubtable champion. Mayhap the blessing of light shieldeth Hydaelyn's chosen from Ascian influence. Or mayhap other forces are at work. We cannot say for certain.
Whatever the reason, I hope it holds true. I dare not contemplate what might come to pass otherwise.
Is it not peculiar, then, that Ardbert's mortal remains should be susceptible, given that he was once a warrior of light? Or did the final departure of his soul make it possible, perhaps?
Reasonable theory, Stola.
Regardless, to hear an Ascian use him to call forth new warriors of light boggles the mind.
Elidibus hath ever been an enigma, his ostensible purpose being to preserve the balance between light and dark. When he made overtures towards me, however, I was afforded a glimpse behind the mask of the self-appointed emissary. I shall not defend mine actions, undertaken in pursuit of a better understanding of our foe as either wise or prudent. Nevertheless, what little I did glean may now prove useful. Elidibus possesseth a subtle mind, practiced in the art of manipulation. That he coaxed this star's most valiant heroes as far as the source with naught save half-truths is no trifling feat. And now I believe he doth employ his skills once more to some as yet unknown end. Though naught is certain, should my suspicions prove true, we shall have need of all our wits if we are to uncover and thereafter thwart his plot.
Agreed. 'Tis plain that simply speaking out against him will not avail us. At best, it would only serve to confuse the people. And I would hesitate to do anything which might tarnish Ardbert's reputation once more, nor yours by association.
Appreciate it, I guess. I'm just
That
concerned.
being the case, it may be wise to keep a covert eye on this Ardbert's movements, as we attempt to discern his purpose and how best to mitigate his influence.
It's actually, Elidibus probably doesn't know about us merging with him. I don't think it's actually Elidibus, but, like, it also easily could be. I feel like the Elidibus is too obvious.
Performance appears to have concluded. What now? Go back out and follow him?
'Twould appear Master Alphino already hath pursuit in mind, and I suspect one pair of eyes shall better serve our cause than half a dozen. Let the rest of us maintain an inconspicuous distance, for the present at least.
Stress. 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 Ba 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 ba. It's an awful lot of loading you got. So there's wow. That was weird. That took a while to load considering it was just in here. Anyway, that's all the time I have. What? Okay. Anyway, that is all the time I have for this video. Hope you all enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell to get notified if you haven't already. Check out some links that will be popping up here in the end screen in just a moment. And in the description down below will be a link to the full Shadowbringers playthrough. This was like part 48, Jesus. And a link to my Twitch, which, you know, hopefully I can start using more. I have everything set up. I'm an affiliate on there for when I stream more, but our internet's kind of all fucked. So, you know. Anyway, these are some ill tidings that we have going on, and I'm stressed. But, you know, we'll see what happens. Anyway, love you all, and I hope your dreams come true, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out, everyone.